Company history. Sinar Tani Ltd is one of the companies involved in the field of processing feed onions. Sinar Tani Ltd is located in the village of Pagundan in the Kliwon, neighborhood 18, Hamlet 5, Subdistrict Lebakwangi, Kuningan City, which was founded by Mr. Timo Muhari in 1992. Initially, he only raised fees and the profits he used the capital to build small business. In his efforts, he chose to use onions to make fried onions. Slowly but surely, with the business that continues to be occupied by him, the company is gradually growing until now. According to information, Mr. Timo Muhari in 1999, Sinar Tani Ltd, in collaboration with Indofood Ltd, to be supplier of instant noodle supplement onions. With his cooperation, the company that is involved in progressing so that he is able to create jobs for the surrounding community. Sinar Tani Ltd has accommodated male and female workers to work in companies managed by Mr. Timo Muhari as a commissioner and led by his biological son Diring Sonardi as the head of the Sinar Tani Ltd employee. Sinar Tani Ltd have an organizational structure that linear. These firms show authority from the top down and responsibilities from the bottom up. Structure organization Sinar Tani Ltd consists of director, head of factory, head of production, marketing, purchasing, taxation, warehouse logistics, packing coordinator, and documentation.
Target marketing. The main target of Sinar Tani Ltd product marketing is Indofood Ltd, which will be sent to Cikampek, Semarang, and Surabaya to be reproduced as a complement to instant noodles. The byproduct of fried onions is fried onion flour, which is usually sold to the general public. The distribution of fried onions in several regions presented Semarang 5.4 tons, Cikampek 5.4 tons, and Surabaya 9 tons. Work extraction process. The production process carried out by Sinar Tani Ltd to produce fried onions is by processing salads into fried onions through several stages of production, namely preparation of raw materials. Every company that carries out production activities will carry out the supply of raw materials, namely preparing all the necessary materials before processing. With the availability of raw materials inventory, it's expected the industrial companies will carry out the production process according to the needs or demands of the market.
2. Storing raw onions. 1. Storing is cleaning up dust of removing foil method that is down to raw material. The purpose of a happy point object is that in the flour doesn't fly. Various point objects found in raw onions, namely 1. Plastic, wire, olive oil, metals, bamboo, acetone, lidi, leather sap, leather steam, wood, rub, poughkeepsie, quill, thread, rubber, branch, fiber, and hair. 3. Wash the onions. Scallions that are to be thrown into the onions go through the process of purifying the raw onions into the drum washer, and the drum washer will rotate along with the washer so that the raw onions is clean. waste aims to eliminate any onion dirt for onion sorting too. Once the raw material is cleaned, the next step is to resort to separate and clean the remaining foil material on the raw material. 5. Sorting raw onions. 3. Onions that have been washed and sorted are then transported to the frying room for immersion. Before immersion, that onions one resort beforehand. When the sorting table resorting is down to that the raw onions severance for point objects that are there present in the raw material. Format says the sorting table is the same as raw onion sorting table 2. Weight is 0.5 cm in size.
6. Soaking. The next step is soaking in the soaking bag. The soaking bag functions to soak as well as clean again before slicing. 7. Incision. After the raw material is immersed and cleaned, the next step is drying on the drying table, and then slicing is done on the slicer machine. The slicer machine functions to slice the raw onions into small pieces of onions. These tools are made of stainless steel which operated by an electric motor. The thickness of the slicer raw onions is around 1 to 2 mm. 8. Flour stirring. Before mixing in the dough, first stirring and mixing flour with a comparison of tapioca flour, cassava flour to the 1. Tapioca flour mixture with cassava flour is called flour mixture. If they use tapioca flour 10 kg, then use of cassava flour 5 kg. 9. Mixing dough. The mixing percentage depends on the quality or grade to be produced. If the use of sliced onion is 5 kg, the use of mixed flour is 10 kg. Mixing is done at the mixer or mixing table, done manually by hand. 10. Frying. The onion has been mixed the dough, then frying in hot oil. The time needed for one frying time is 8 to 10 minutes with a temperature of 170 degrees Celsius to 180 degrees Celsius, so that even fried onions are cooked evenly and have a uniform color. They are always reversed. Frying oil should be new, so that the result of fried onions are not black. This frying process is done manually. Characteristic of maturity is fried onions including no more steam, and both the pan and frying onion are yellowish in color.
11. Oil separation and oil drying. The next stage after frying is oil dryer. The machine used is an oil sparter machine that functions to remove and reduce the oil content of fried onion. 12. Cooling down. After the oil is completely dried, the cooling process is carried out on a cooling table using a fan for 12 minutes. 13. Weighing. After the fried onions are really cool, then weighing is weighing 25 kg. 14. Sifting. After fried onion through the weighing process, then the onion will pass the sifting process. The tool used to sift the fried onion is called a sifting machine. 15. Distraction. The resulting onion meatball will be further processed by sorting, and the process of crushing or grinding is carried out. The tool used to crush the onion meatball is called crusher machine. After the destruction is carried out, then the shifting is carried out again. 16. Panning, blowing fried onion. The function spreading is to spread between fried onion skin and foreign objects such as raffia root, hay, yarn. The next process in packing the onion into plastic weighing 25 kilograms. 17. Sorting foreign object on fried onion on the table. This sorting is done manually on the sorting table by the employer to remove foreign matter before sorting on the conveyor belt.
Step 18. Sorting foreign object on fried onion in the conveyor belt. This sorting is done little by little so that foreign object can be sorted effectively and then manually. Its machine is controlled by 5 employees, 1 person to sift and 4 people to sort. The speed of this machine for sorting is 1 meter with 21 seconds. This machine will run effectively so employees must not joke and must always focus on sorting so that foreign objects don't pass. Step 19. Metal separation using a metal separator. After being sorted in the conveyor belt, the onion will enter the metal separator. This tool will detect the presence of foreign metal objects such as wire, lead, iron, etc. Then fried onion which have metal foreign object will be separated from other fried onion that don't have metal foreign object. Step 20. Weight. Fried onion that have passed the sorting stage in the conveyor and metal separator will enter the container, and if the fried onions still have foreign matter, they will immediately separate to the disposal that has been provided. After that, the fried onions that enter the container will be weighed 7.5 kg plastic. The plastic used is polyethylene plastic. Step 21. Pressing. After weight, fried onions are pressed. Pressing aims to glue and close the plastic airtight. Step 22. Packing. The next step is packaging using cardboard. In one carton contains 15 kg of fried onions. Thus, in one carton, there are 2 packages of 7.5 kg fried onions.
How'd you get so far?